Hi folks, and welcome back. Another instalment of building a house in Thailand by the Mekong River. So this is day 9, a bit of a jump forward. The guys have been pretty hard at it. As you can see, we've got the wall down the left hand side built, and they're pretty much well underway with the wall on the right. They've just got to do the back wall. Now, we had a bit of a thought, and I've seen a lot of walls in Thailand that have been built, and when you infill with land, which we need to do up to the bottom of the top metre of the wall, so you'll see at the back on the left hand side there's two blocks. At the front of the land it's a metre high, and as it goes towards the back, it it rises up to about 2 metres, and we're going to infill the bottom metre along the back half of the land to level it out. Now you see a lot of walls in Thailand, when they put the soil in, it tends to bow the walls out after a while when the soil gets wet, gets heavy, and it just pushes the wall, and it just tips over. They don't fall down, but they tip over, and it looks pretty bad. So I kind of come up with this little idea, and it's all to do with sort of strengthening the wall and giving us a patio area. So we'll see that a little bit later on, and I'll explain kind of what it's all about. You'll see a little bit of smoke there from the front. We've got the guys, On's cousins, 2 or 3 of them came down, and they've actually cleared the river bank. Now that river bank along there, when they reinforced it, they put like stones and everything in, and it was nice and clear, and your view was fantastic. But what's happened is, over the past sort of 3 years during COVID and that, nothing's been happening down here, and it is just completely overgrown, and we completely lost the view from up on the plot. So we got them down, and they're cutting down all the grass. We're going to be able to use the sort of river soil at the bottom, because you'll see in this video, and you'll see it as the video goes on, you'll see the water level actually dropping in the river if you look up to the sort of top left there. You'll see the land appears more and more and more, and the soil that's left while the river's down, it is absolutely brilliant for growing. It's so fertile, and they use it for growing things like peanuts and sweet potatoes and potatoes, amongst other things. So we want to clear all that sort of down towards the river, and the sort of bottom, I don't know, we'll maybe get 20 or 30 feet of this really fertile soil that we're going to use for growing stuff. And we also get a view back, and it tidies it up a little bit. The plan is obviously to put a couple of little sort of resort chalets in along this area here, and we're going to put a swimming pool in sort of round about this area here as well. The house is going to be behind where you're looking now. So the guys are just absolutely incredible. They're just doing a great job. They're really, really quick. They charge by the panel, so it's in their interests to do it really quickly. They don't get paid by time. It's per panel, so it's like 1,000, because we're using big panels, wide panels, big posts. It's about 1,800 baht per 2 posts in a panel, and where the panels are doubled, you pay a bit extra because you've obviously got a second panel. You'll also notice that the poles at the back, we had a bit of trouble. The electrician put poles in, and they just weren't very substantial, and they were bending, so the electrician's actually been back, and as you'll see a bit later on as well, he's replaced all the posts with far more substantial posts. There's no bends in them now, so it's only temporary, maybe for 6 or 7 months until the electrician comes. and run islands and cables along the road here. Okay, so we're jumping on quite a big jump now to day 16, and the guys have finished and they've gone. I didn't want to keep coming down and disturbing them. They just work, take a little break at lunchtime, but they really do know how to work. So as you can see, if you look at the back, which we'll come back to in a minute, I've kind of built a double skinned wall going down a little bit, down one side along the back. If you have a look there now, you can see how much the river's going down and how much land has sort of been exposed. And this land, this soil area here, is brilliant for growing. Now, if you've got a wee boat, you can boat out there and stake your claim on the land that sort of is adjacent to your property, and you can go out and farm it. And it's just a sort of tradition. People respect that you've claimed it, and they just leave it alone. So you'll see this is all drone footage, which I thought would be a little bit more interesting than just walking about on a phone recording. And you'll see that the wall is absolutely plumb line straight. It's incredible for them just your equipment to use. A bit tube with the water in it for measuring heights and everything. It was just it's great, it's fantastic. So you'll see that we've kind of chopped down all the, well, we never chopped it down, the guys that we got around chopped it all down in front of the house. We just pile it all up and burn it. And at one point I was absolutely panicking because I thought, there was a big wind blowing from sort of right to left as you look there, and I thought it's just going to burn right along the riverbank, but it doesn't. It hits the greenery and it just dies out. They chop all the stuff down, they leave it for 2 or 3 days, where they keep it just goes down and dries. So you can see the area at the back. There's a gate at the back that we're putting in as well, so we can get access to that little bit of land out the back that we're going to use for farming, for growing some sort of vegetables, and we've got bananas, and no doubt there'll be sort of papaya and things like that going. And that area is also sort of just quite nicely worked in for like an area for a swimming pool to go in there. Yeah, I think the area that's inside sort of that little sort of half T there and the little bit at the left hand side there, we're going to fill that with sand and reinforce it. We're going to strap the two walls, the outer wall and the inner wall, are going to get tied together with reinforcing bar, and then there'll be a reinforced bar frame put in there on top of the sand that we put in, and then we're going to concrete that and then tile over the top of it for like a big outside patio area. And it also gives anybody that's staying in the little holiday lets somewhere to sit around the pool. We're going to put a little restaurant at the front as well. We don't know whether we're going to put that the right hand side or the left hand side. We still need to come up with some kind of parking arrangements as well if people are coming down. People generally don't come in cars, it's usually scooters. There's a lot of tourism starting up here because you've got the main city, Nakhon Phanom, which is it's a really historic city, and then you've got Tat Phanom, which is the other direction, which is not quite as big, but it has got a really historic temple in it. And then you've got the village where we live, virtually right next door to where my girlfriend's mother lives. You've got the biggest replica temple of the one that's in Tat Phanom, and that just attracts thousands of people. The weekends it's just so busy. So we're kind of hoping that people are going to start coming up and maybe start using little resorts and things. There's quite a few of them dotted around up on the main road, but they don't have the views over the river across the Lau that we've got. And the sun rises directly up across the front of the river, directly over Lau, because we're pretty much facing directly east. So the sun comes up there in the morning, especially just now it being winter, there's a bit of a haze over the river, the sun comes up, you get this reflection on the river, and it's absolutely spectacular. So this area here is where we're going to sort of put a pool, and that double skin wall is going to be tied together, obviously. And it acts as two things. It acts as sort of an inner base for building the patio, and it also stops the weight, because that's going to, the land's going to come up and fill it to that 1 metre point, which is the height of that inner wall. Now, if we didn't have the inner wall, all that weight would be placed directly on the back wall and the side walls. So we're kind of hoping that sort of takes away all the weight of the soil pushing on the back wall. And because they're both going to be tied together, and then they're going to be filled with sand and then concrete over the top to make a big patio, when we do infill this area here, along that sort of top 1 metre portion of the wall, that will sort of like just level off, and hopefully that'll stop any collapses or any problems with the wall. So that's it, folks, for this one. The next video will be probably the guys when they come to put the 8 metre posts in. So thank you so much for watching the video, and please give me a wee thumbs up, like and subscribe, and like it says there, a huge thanks to the guys there for building the wall. They did a fantastic job, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Thank you.